I've been migrating to my report supervisor, Dr. Zahuru. My name is Heng Ekzi with metric number 254807. So in this video, I will give my reflections for my Practicum 2. And now, let's start with my reflections on the article writing. Basically, the main reason why I chose probate as my article title is because the firm that I currently undergoing my Practicum 2 is focusing in the probate matters. And probate actually means a process to improve the proof of a will by a deceased to determine whether it is valid and legal. The article is actually discussing the probate procedures of non-Muslim in Malaysia. And I'm glad to hear the probate proceedings along with one of the legal associates of the firm. There are plenty of cases handled by the firm actually, and here I listed few of the benefits by preparing a will by the deceased. Firstly, to help the family and relative save more times, and secondly, to save more costs. The specialized staff makes the process of the probate to be conducted more effectively. And also, the probate division administrators know very well in regards of the procedures in order to obtain the probate documents to be filed and the filing process. Besides, there are also a lot of advantages in tested cases as compared to intestate cases. Anyone who would like to preserve the interests of his beneficiaries should be considering the executing of a will. And next, I will share about my thoughts and opinions in my written reflection. There are actually four components within it. First, I will explain the described. I have an excellent experience for me in order to undergo my Practicum 2 at Messrs Faris Halim & Co. And my supervisors welcomed me warmly during my first day when I reporting my duty, and I felt this was the ideal environment for me to work for 1 month. And then I was given a seat together with other pupils and interns in the Chambis room. Then I've been exposed to few legal fields during my attachment there, such as legal research and also contract review. And I was given the task of legal research of the topic of land charge and also lease on the first day. And to conduct such research and look for any relevant law that may prohibit the said charge. Also, I have been exposed to Sharia matters as well due to the legal services that provide and also offer by the firm to the clients. I quickly took the opportunity to learn from the counsels in order to boost my knowledge in the field of Sharia. For example, there was a case of hibah. However, I was not able to join the Sharia court proceeding that is mainly discussing about the case of Wali Inka due to my religion. In overall, I was very excited to get exposed to various branches of law in Faris Halim & Co. The next component shall be interpret. The first task I was assigned by the conveyancing department was to make the discharge of the land for the client. For the facts, the client charged his land to CIMB Bank for a financing loan. So upon the full settlement of his payment, he was entitled to reclaim the title of the land under his name. And there are a few procedures that I have done. Firstly, I have to travel to the State Land Office in order to obtain the official search. And also, after that, I went back to my firm and to fill in the Form 16N of the National Land Code. Thirdly, I need to create a cover letter to inform the bank regarding of the land discharge. And lastly, all the state documents were filed into a folder and posted via courier. It could be very challenging for a law student to handle all these matters because we never experienced it before in university. So during my week 3 of practicum, there was a criminal case of child sexual abuse that handled by my mentor. Undeniably, I really admire the litigation skills by my mentor, who created a lot of reasonable doubts towards the prosecution on that day. So in my personal opinion, it is not easy to represent a client in a criminal case because it is very hard to determine when both prosecution and defense have respective witnesses and also pieces of evidence. So for me, only the admission of evidences and the strong arguments may affect the decisions of the court. Next, I would like to evaluate my firm. So during my first week of internship, the whole state of Terengganu was still within the Movement Control Order, which is MCO, and the firm was open from 9:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. only. And the working hour during the first week was shortened, but all the staff there worked even more effectively. The quality of work and also the documents required by the clients have to be completed on time, even though that the working time was shortened. And even though I could go home earlier, the other legal associates and also other staff work overtime there in order to complete their tasks. And to be honest, this made me feel very motivated. And my supervisor even told me that there's no any problems for anyone to go home early as long as the task is completed. This is so similar to the Swedish working culture, in which introducing a 6-hour workdays. So this legal firm is also well equipped with all the facilities that required. There's a share drive in a computer system which allow everyone to access to any other's file. And also, this made my supervisor get easier to supervise my progress from time to time. All the staff there are very effective when carrying out their work, and also the clients are always to be prioritized. Apart from that, I would like to speak about my plan in future. In my initial planning, I wish to conduct my pupillage in a firm which is focusing on divorce and family law. But sadly to say that there is no any firm that practice in this area in my hometown area, which is Kuala Terengganu. However, my other interest in the legal fields is corporate secretarial practice, in which my current firm Faris Halim and Co specialize in. I had been assigned for various contract review and also drafting by the corporates. It could sharpen my skills in this particular area. And I also took the opportunity to learn the way in dealing with client. And this will be very useful for me in future when I conducting my pupillage. I also learned the skills in legal drafting and also conveyancing during my practicum. I have to say that it benefits me a lot when I'm taking a conveyancing course in this current semester 8. Also, it acts as a preparatory steps for me before I step into my pupillage. Last but not least, I wish to apply all the knowledge and also experience through this practicum to be applied in my pupillage because it may portray my value to my future master, and also it would be an advantage against any other pupils. So thank you, sir, for listening to my discussion.